Welcome back to another Thursday on the Pagan Perspective. I'm your Thursday host, Yucca, and this week we're talking about spirit binding. So our question is, I was wondering if you have ever come across what is called spirit keeping, as in the binding of a spirit with its consent to a vessel, not the spirit itself per se, but a link to the vessel as it makes it easier to converse with. A place that goes into great detail on the subject is creepyhollows.com. Was just wondering what your thoughts on this was. I have not seen this subject broached much by the pagan community. So one of the things that's really delightful about being a part of this channel is coming across all of these new things. So I hadn't heard about spirit keeping before. And it's not really something that's very much spirits and kind of an occult framework aren't things that I'm very connected to outside of that people who are some people in the pagan community are connected with that. So my familiarity with it comes from basically this channel, watching other people's take on it, watching other pagan YouTubers on their experience with this kind of thing. I also, read a lot of urban fantasy and things like that, which obviously aren't real, but are influenced often from real world beliefs. So spirits aren't a framework that I use to understand the world. That doesn't mean that I don't think that they're real or true. I believe that truth doesn't have a capital T, right? That I have a truth, you have a truth when it comes to things like beliefs like this. And it's not the framework that I use to understand the world, but it is the framework that some other people use to understand the world, and a lot of pagans do. And so that works for them. Great. I find it really fascinating to learn a little bit about that, but it's not something that I use for my practice. So, this was my first introduction to it. I did go to the website creepyhollows.com. I didn't spend a lot of time there though, because I was I was kind of turned off by it, by it kind of just seemed like they were really trying to convince the reader of the website that they were legit. Like that they just kept pushing on like how legit they were, and it seemed very kind of commercial, and it was uncomfortable for me. So I left, didn't spend too much time there. But have very much enjoyed the other videos this week and just sort of thinking about the issue in general. So, as this is something I don't know a lot about, if you do, I would love to hear about your experiences in the comments section. And if you do something similar, what your experience is, let us know. So, this is my last video of 2016. I will see you again in January of 17. The subs have their week next week, and then we do celebrate the solstice, the winter solstice here. That's a really big deal for us. So we'll be celebrating that. And if you do, I hope you have a wonderful solstice. And until next year, take care.